Hello, you lovely humans of opera and of the internet. Welcome to the first installment of I don't know what. But today I'm going to be not touching my face anymore. I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how I do my makeup for an opera audition. I have to audition all the time, and so I have a pretty set routine of what I like to do to look my best when I go in to sing for someone. Kind of glammed up version of yourself to present. I want to help you get those gigs and look your best because it's about the voice, but a pretty face can't hurt. So, and I get asked all the time when I'm at different young artist programs to do a group makeup class, and I'm always so shy about it and I don't do it. So I figured I would just make one and you can watch at your own risk, I guess. Yeah, so I hope you like it, and let's get started. Okay. So I just went and washed my face and put on some sunscreen, moisturizer. Actually helps the foundation go on a little bit more smoothly and blend with your skin so you don't look cakey. What's weird about this is because I'm doing audition makeup, I actually feel like I'm going to do an audition right now, so I'm incredibly nervous. That's fun. I know since so many of us are in the midst of actual audition season and everything is recorded this year because it's 2020 and nothing is going right, I'm gonna try to show you what kind of makeup I would do if I was making recordings for video. It's pretty much the same thing I would wear if I were in an audition because I'm taking it into consideration that I'm gonna be in a crappy studio in New York somewhere and under like harsh fluorescent lighting. I'm gonna need to kind of amp up my normal like everyday look, but also not be wearing stage makeup. So I'm putting on some primer. It's just Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. And this just kind of helps keep your eyeshadow from creasing up and looking nasty throughout the day. It actually keeps it all in place and helps it blend better with all your brushes. I'm using Este Lauder Double Wear Foundation, and the color I wear is 1C1. I just put a little bit on the back of my hand like so. If it was a normal day, I would put this on with my fingers, but because I want it to be a little bit more blended and full coverage, I'm gonna use a brush, and it's falling apart as I use it. You're lying if your makeup bag doesn't look crusty as hell, okay? And then I just spray it with a little bit of whatever setting spray or facial spray you have. And that just kind of dilutes the foundation. And then I tap it on my wrist and kind of dab it on my face where I want it to be. Yeah, and normally I might be like warming up or listening to music or panicking, getting ready to go sing for people. And I always bring it down onto my chin and neck area because you don't want to have like a mask of foundation, especially if your foundation color's a little off. Now that the foundation is on and in there, I will go in with my concealer. I'm going to use something that's a little more full coverage since we're filming, and sometimes your face can you'll see more flaws when you're filming yourself, even from a distance. So I like to have a little more coverage and create some dimension on my face. So I'm using Tarte Shape Tape in a color that's a little bit lighter than my foundation, and Maybelline FitMe. See, it's really light. But I like this because it's really full coverage. So I'm gonna blend that in with a little bit of a darker concealer. And I put that on my chin, a little bit on my forehead, and kind of around my nose because I get red here sometimes. Yeah. A highlighter will make things stand out a little bit more. So I actually bring the concealer down and tap it onto, don't drag it, it was bad. Tap it in That kind of blends it out. And I bring it down here and kind of make like a triangle in this area. Like that. Because it'll bring out the cheekbones, it kind of lifts it away and gives your face some dimension. Then this ends up being darker and you kind of get that lifted bright effect right where you want it, right where you want them looking. And then I will go in with some powder just to set all that down on my face. I use Laura Mercier translucent setting powder and a big ass thick girl brush. I'm gonna tap it up on my wrist so you don't cake it on, and then I just do soft kind of swirly blendy strokes. See how that just kind of like pulls it all together and smooths it out? That's so pretty. But see, my skin is still shining through. You can still see the colors in my face. Because otherwise, you know, if you put on too much foundation, then you just matte the whole thing out and then you have this like flat canvas of color, and then you have to contour on top of that and like build a whole new face on top of your face. And why? Like that. Like that. Let's do our eyes next. So I have a bunch of colors. Most of them are neutrals. Get something that works for your skin tone. Warm colors are really trendy right now, but if you're a more cool tone person, putting a bunch of copper or warm brown on your eyes is really gonna stand in front of your face. It's gonna sit on top of your skin. It's gonna sit on your face. And not blend in with your actual skin tone. So same thing if you're really warm toned, it's gonna look kind of off. And you don't wanna give the panel anything to, you know, just like singing out of tune or like having one note that kind of sticks out on your voice. You don't wanna have anything that makes them go, Okay, so what I'm gonna do is start with, hold this up. I'm gonna start with this really light pinky shade right here. I'm gonna put that kind of all over the place. I'm not gonna use a lot of product, and I'm just gonna kind of put that all over the lid just to have a base of powder to work with. If you try to start blending when you don't have like something kind of sitting on the skin already, it just makes it harder, and then sometimes you get a big glob of product in the corner that you can't blend out, and then you wanna cry. Just kind of put that all over like that. Is anyone doing a like that counter? Because I'm annoying myself with the amount of times that I say that. So then I will take, I'm gonna take this little like neutral kind of looking shade and mix it with this kind of neutral looking shade. And we're just gonna use that as like a crease transition shade. So I'm not going in with anything too dark, too much contrast, because I want to be able to blend it out so I get kind of a lifting, blended, nice effect. Start at the corner, and then I'm gonna kind of go in small circles up into the crease. And we're gonna keep it on like the outer half of the eye. Circles and then little windshield wiper motions. See how that's already creating some dimension around my eyes, but the lid is still lighter, so it's gonna kind of pop out more and make my eyes look bigger, which is what I'm going for. If you put a lot of dark product on your lid, it's gonna close your eye down. It's a look for sure. But when I'm in an audition, I want my eyes to be really standing out and open, because that's where we do our acting and communicating from. Yeah, that. And I'm also kind of trying to do a triangle. So I'm going straight out from the corner of my eye and then up into the crease. Just like up to where my brow bone's like right here. Then after that, I'm gonna take a little bit darker than that, but still not the darkest shade, this. It's kind of a gray. It looks more warm on camera, but I'm gonna start again and just kind of go in the same place, but I'm not gonna bring it up as high. I'm gonna dab it on the corner like so. And we're gonna really concentrate this kind of on the outer part. And this brush I'm using is just like a little fluffy blender brush. Really hold yourself back from bringing it up too high. And too high in the crease, I mean like you don't want it to overlap. Oof. Oops. What we've already done. And then blend. And then sometimes what I like to do after I did all of that is take a cleaner brush, like this guy. It's kind of thicker and firmer, and it's a blending brush, and just kind of go over it to blend it out. So now I have a little bit more dimension darkness towards the outer corner, and still keeping that light towards the inside. But it's still a very like natural kind of look, natural glam. Then we're gonna take a darkest shade, and I'm gonna use this really, it's almost black, but it's kind of like a slate gray, and just get a little bit of it. And I'm nervous. Dab that, keep it really real low, girl. And then we're gonna blend that into the crease. We're smoking it out, but we're concentrating at the bottom because you want to give the impression of fuller lashes at the outside, which again gives us the, you know, look. Opening, flying away. I'm happy with that. Then what I will do is take my powder brush. I'm just gonna do a flick to get whatever fell off my eye, off of my cheek. Then I'm gonna take some, back to that like light pinky pink color. I think this is called Yogurt by MAC. I'm gonna go back in on that eyelid, kind of go over where we did and just drag it up. I'm kind of pressing and tapping under the eyelid like that, and then dragging it upwards. See the difference? Gives me a little more brightness than we started with than this eye. I think that's pretty good on the eyeshadow. I'm happy with that. If you feel like it's not enough, I would stop there, put your eyeliner on, and then if you need to add more after that to balance it out, do that. I'm gonna do my eyebrows. I like to fan them out like this, get all the hairs going in the direction that they want to go. And then I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer Pencil in Granite. It's not really the right color for me, but I'm cheap and didn't want to buy another one. So I do my eyebrows by starting kind of at this bottom part. I draw a line straight. So I'm kind of making like an outline for it, and then I will fill it in. The mistake I see made a lot when I show up to auditions is girls with the very, I mean, you see this in real life too, the very like plastered on square, like one color eyebrow. So I'm trying to make a shape, but mimic the hair. So it still looks like a natural eyebrow and not like you got it tattooed on. So another tip for doing eyebrows is you want the start of it to go like, if you lay the pencil on your nose, that's where it should start. And if you go across your pupil like this, that's where your arch is. And then the tail should kind of end where the line from your nose to the corner of your eye to the tail. And so I usually kind of draw the line out to my arch and then mimic it over here to where I want the peak to be. About right there. And then I draw it down this part. See how that's starting to look, but it still looks like hair. It's just filled in. And then you can take the spoolie end, run it through your eyebrow to blend out some of that color. So it just kind of looks like a shadow. See that? Okay, so my camera died because it ran out of space because I've been making so many audition videos. You love it. You love to see it. Okay, so what I did when the camera was off and I didn't notice was contour, and I will go over that quickly to show you what I did. It's not extreme. I used this NYX taupe blush. It's very cool toned because I'm cool toned, as I mentioned, and it's not gonna compete with my skin. Something really warm is gonna look not good on me. So if you're cool toned, just look out for that. Don't put a bunch of bronzer on your face. It makes you look muddy. It looks good on other people, just let them have it, okay? I just take this brush, angle it upwards, and kind of do small strokes and blend it in. I don't take it much farther than the corner of my eye because I don't wanna have, oh my God. I don't wanna have a bunch of taupe. I don't want my cheekbones to go all the way down. We want this to have the color going up. We want the contour to stop under our cheekbones. Gives us that look, see that? I'm just highlighting what's already there, contouring what's already there. And then I took the excess and just went along my chin really lightly, just to define that. Yeah, you can also do a little bit up here if you want to, just don't go crazy. That way you're getting the forehead standing out, the cheekbone standing out, this kind of receding, your chin receding, the hairline receding, the hairline receding, the forehead receding a little bit so it's not like... and then after that, I took that little blender brush. Is that what I did? Yeah, got the product off of it, and then I contoured my nose. And the way that you do that is not by putting it on the sides of your nose. That's just gonna enhance the shadows that are already there and make your nose look wider than it is. So what we wanna do is make the little bridge of your nose recede a little bit. And we're not even trying to make it recede and give ourselves like a full-on Kim Kardashian nose job. That's not what you want. Maybe it's what you want. It's not what I want. I wanna look like me. I want my nose to be my nose.
It's an iconic nose.
So we're gonna try to keep it that way. I just do it on the top, going in a straight line down, and I do it on the other side as well. Really lightly, just to give it a little bit of dimension. But I'm keeping it on the top of my nose. And then I also do it on these little planes on the bottom of my nose right here. There's little flat spots. And what it does is it just kind of brings the tip of the nose up and into focus and gives it that dimension. Also a little horizontal line right there. Still look like me. Blush, yeah, so get your blush. This is what I use. I use a mixture of this red guy here and this really hot pink. Don't use this really hot pink unless you're some kind of winter variety, cool tone, something. It's really bright, but it's because I'm a bright winter in the color analysis system, and my makeup colors, I have my fan, as always, are literally this. Lipstick, blush, it's really bright. It's gonna look like a clown on most people. But anything less than that is gonna look muddy and dirty on me. So find the blush that works for your skin tone. It's all about that. It's not a one size fits all. You can wear whatever makeup you want. Let me be clear. But if you want to look like you enhanced, finding the colors that are already in your skin tone and playing that up is going to make you look more naturally enhanced and not like you put a face on top of your face. Blush. So I have a little angled fluffy brush. I usually dust it off on my wrist just so I'm not putting a bunch of product on right away. We're gonna build it. And then I do little soft kind of excuse me, round strokes going upwards from the apples of my cheeks. And I always smile a little bit so you know where that kind of apple part starts, and then you go up above the contour like that. And then I always go over, just so it's not, you don't get the bacon effect of like brown, pink, white. I blend the blush into the contour just a little bit to go over it. So then you get more of an effect of like darker, like pink shadow going to lighter pink, like the whole lift thing. And also, since we're doing makeup for auditions and for the camera, and we're having those fluorescent lights and cameras in mind, you might want to put just a little more color than you normally would when you're just walking around, because the camera usually tends to mute some of that out. Like in real life, I have quite a bit more blush on than it might look on camera, but right now I'm getting on the camera a nice little like rosy glow, and that's what we want. That's what I want for you. I want the best for you. I want you to walk into that audition feeling like you look fine as hell and you're gonna get all the jobs, all the roles. Yeah, I like that. I like it. And next we will do some highlight. You can use a powder highlight if you want to. If I was doing that, I would use a little fluffy brush and go really lightly, dusting it on the cheekbones. But what I'm a big fan of these days is this little cream highlight, and it's like this nice lavender. So you're gonna put it on the cheekbones. I kind of just do a streak like that, where it's supposed to end up. And then I also put some under the highest point of my brow like that. And then down my nose, between those lines of contour that we did. And then I blend everything in with my fingies. My fingers. Tapping, kind of like you did with the concealer. And I will blend it in above my eyebrows as well. And that gives you that nice little sheen, that lifted, youthful look. But I really like the cream because it's usually works out well if you don't use a metric ton of powder on your face. So nothing says drama in 2012 like a strong winged eyeliner, and that's what we're gonna do. Ooh, I can't see a damn thing. How do I demonstrate this when I can't see what I'm doing? I use this Maybelline Gel Liner. It's really waterproof, and I prefer the gel because the liquid for me just like gets all over my face and I hate it, and it drives me crazy. So if you can do it, more power to you, but I have to use a gel and a little angled brush. And I start by doing my winged eyeliner by putting it into the lashes like that, doing small strokes. And you want to keep it thinner towards the inside of your eye and then get thicker again going out. Okay, see how the liner stops right about there? That's good, because we want it to be kind of, you want the eyes to be open here, and then you get that tapered cat eye look. All right, let's go for it. I make the line going straight up from my lower lash line to the tail of my brow, like that. I'll do the same thing on the other side to make sure that they are even in length. And then I take it from where I want the point. How do I explain that? And then I start out and drag it in. I don't like to go out to the line. I start where I want the line to taper, and then I connect it to the other. So you're kind of filling it in that way. Yeah, I can't see. Hold, please. So there's the wings. Then I will do the lower lash line. I'm gonna take my palette again and get that darkest shade that we used in the crease. And I use this little flat shader brush, and tap it in there, tap the product off, blow on it, whatever. And then I'm gonna press really lightly into the lower lash line. And we're keeping it on like the outer half of the eye again. A trick from Marilyn Monroe that she did that I like to do in my stage makeup is making a little like tail with the bottom eyeliner so it actually looks like a shadow from the liner above. It doesn't just stop at the corner, it kind of goes out, giving it some more dimension. This is the point too where if you feel like the eyeliner is standing out from the eyeshadow, which I kind of feel like it is, I'm gonna take that medium shade that we used and go back into the crease just to like flesh it out again. Because once you're, when you have the winged eyeliner on, it kind of makes your eye a little bigger. So when you do it without, when you do the shadow without the eyeliner on, it might fall a little bit short of where the optical illusion is created. So I'm gonna make the triangle of the eyeshadow a little bit farther out. Yeah, I feel like that looks a little bit more balanced. Okay, my camera stopped again because this is the most janky makeup tutorial you've ever seen. Okay, where was I? Waterproof mascara. We're putting on waterproof mascara because, like a good Girl Scout, you want to be prepared at all times to be rejected mid-audition and have to leave the room and go cry it out. It's not gonna happen. It hasn't happened to me. Usually they let you get to the end. So there's my lip. What do you think so far? I just think that this looks like me, but my eyes are nice and big. It's friendly looking. I don't feel like it's overdone, but it still looks dressed up and kind of glam, and you look booked. Okay, so after you put the liner on, and then I have these little like half lashes, and then you can kind of just stick them on there and they cling to the magnet. Oh, okay. There the lashes are on. Aren't they pretty? So there's the backed out look. I put a little powder on to set it all down. And there it is. This is how I do my makeup for an audition in opera. I'm gonna go blow dry my hair, and then I will come back and show you the final look. So here is the final result. I put on an audition dress and some earrings and did my hair, and this is how I would go into an audition for an opera company. I hope this was helpful to you out there, and yeah, I hope you learned something, and I feel like this is a very me look. It looks like me at my best, me enhanced, and it sets me up to get in there and sing it down and, you know, get those gigs. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and hit my little face to subscribe. I will be putting out more content. Come here, Kurt. Come here, Kurt. Oh, come here. You want to be on the video? Oh my goodness. Okay. This is Carmela. If you like the video, I will be making more content, not necessarily makeup things, but you know, whatever. It's a grand experiment, and I hope you will join me on my journey. Thanks for watching. Bye. I'm gonna try it one more time.